Over the last 2 years, we have built a total of 8 houses, together with young people, apprentices from Plant 4 in Thuringen, and this year with a group of outperformers.
It was really moving to be there and see how even after 20 years, the scars and the wounds are still present, not only on the walls and the houses, but also on the families living there. I'm really proud of being part of this project with Hilti and Bauern. My team, we built a house not for a family, but for a community of raspberry farmers to host the workers during the harvest season.
The house is the nicest thing that could happen to me in my life. It brings back the most wonderful feelings. Everything positive and nice that a person can feel, as if I was back with my family. The house makes me very happy. We filled the days with our daily tasks and farming chores, a bit of work in the house. I usually work in the raspberry field in the morning, until it gets too hot to work. The challenge of not having a house was great, but the desire to want something and then to actually get it won out. We have lived in several houses, most recently for almost an entire year in a very damp house, and my child developed pneumonia, and my husband and I did too. It was not easy, but as I said, with a strong will and with the help of the Hilti people, we did it. The house is finished.
Farmers Helping Farmers is a private humanitarian organization which has been active in the countries of former Yugoslavia for the last 20 years. It mainly focuses on material and financial assistance, primarily in the countries that saw war. Families that meet a certain criteria are given an FHF house. The main criteria is that there has been damage caused by the war, that the family has returned, and that the family can also show that the land for a house belongs to them. At the moment we have 5 candidate families waiting for an FHF house.
The trip to Bosnia was a good experience that allowed for personal growth, and we also grew together as a team. We were able to learn a great deal about other people and other mentalities. Building the house was also a special challenge, as it's not something we do every day. The nicest thing was at the end of the week, a very strenuous but positive week, when we handed the house key to the lady. She cried tears of joy. I was happy when they gave me the key. There were tears and emotions on both sides. We had a good relationship when they were building the house. I farm and I work. I do many things. This is where I sleep. This is where I spend my time. This is where I am. The biggest wish I have is to greet the workers who built the house for me. I want to thank Hilti for everything.
Pozdravljam njih mnogo I zahvaljujem im se na svemu.
We learned a lot about what can be achieved with a team. We also learned a great deal about working with wood. It was very emotional to see the reaction of people when you build a simple house for them. These are people who had next to nothing.
At the collective center, I had an improvised bathroom. Do you know what it means to not sit on a real toilet seat for 20 years? I don't have to tell you what kind of anguish and grief that is. It was terrible having to stay there, but I held on. But this is wonderful. My bathroom is wonderful. You can see my emotions, my feelings. I feel as if I could cry. I could cry when I remember how difficult it was to hold out in those conditions for 20 years. And when you are given something like this, it's like I've been given a castle and not just a wooden house. It's like a castle to me. I was never happier than the moment the house was finished.